Come on. It's more complicated than it looks, right? Even I think the girls grow. It's more complicated than it seems. You always get up this situation. That's why we like business. One of the many reasons we like business. Come on, Steam, stop fucking about. What if... Do I not have Tooth and Tail's shortcut? There it is. Okay, we'll just do it that way. There is internet. Don't lie to me. I can see it. It's magenta with blue spots. So we're 1/3 of the way there, maybe 2. But don't get wasted. Okay, what if I do this? Why won't this fucking work? Okay, let's do this task manager way. Oh yes, Steam has worked. Okay, there we go. Let's get the sound on. And I give people a few minutes to arrive. Boom. Alright. Hello, Chard. Guess what this is? Flooding my fucking desk. If you guessed absolutely everywhere, you were correct. No, I'm on Tyskie tonight. Oh. It's a Polish beer. From 1629, although I'd never heard of it until 2014. Jesus Christ, that was a while ago, wasn't it? Remember when 2014 was the modern day? Oi, scary times. Okay. Okay, here we go. So, log into Steam and restart Tooth and Tail to play online. What? Well, that's an issue for the future. For now, we don't need to be online to watch replays, so let's just get on with that. Okay, so where are we starting with this? Let's have a look. So first one we're doing are the common folk challenges. No. Okay, so we got Mocha, Aralu, Cyanide, Dino and Lego all trying to kill this guy. He's got 60 fucking food. We got, I think then we go straight into Civ. I think someone else did Jet do these? Because I know there was some fuck up with what was supposed to be happening. I already did Parsifal. No. So wait, do I not have to do those? Did someone else do them? Oh no, those aren't raids, those are schools. Okay. So we're just doing the raid versus this guy tonight. As far as common folk go. And then we go into a whole load of civilized challenges. Alright. Understood. So 60 food. 5 raiders. 6 lives. Let's see how they do. My voice is somewhat weird. Didn't announce me for in 1 hour. Well, he shouldn't have. We agreed on 7. And it was 7 minutes ago. It's weird. Weird in what way? Weird as in quiet, or weird as in different? Because it could be just that I'm speaking while not having a blocked up nose once. Alright, so Mochaccino versus this guy. Squirrel, lizard, falcon, cam, snake, wolf against squirrel, pigeon, mole, falcon, skunk, boar. Oh, this guy pulling out the old school this guy deck. The classic this boar deck. I'm excited to see how this goes. And he's starting it off with a 6-farm squirrel warren. Well, I don't really know what to say about that. As long as you can hear me. Okay, Mochaccino scouted that. And is moving out. Deeper. Sometimes you start a new word while not having finished the word before. Don't they always do that? I've got no explanation. I haven't changed any settings. Is it a problem? Okay. I mean, if this is something I need to look at fixing, I can try, but I don't really think there's anything I can do. Mike, and hope that that solves everything. Okay, here we go. Okay, so Mochaccino. This guy is a really tough target to raid. He's got a good chance of clearing through all of these, but Mochaccino's a good player. He's got a solid shot of beating this guy. One of the only people in the world who probably does. This guy's starting with just squirrels. Mochaccino has started going into cams, both players expanding. With the cams, Mochaccino could probably move in. 2 cams is going to easily beat up the extra 3 squirrels this guy has. This guy's probably going to be fine if he stays on warrens, but he can't stay on warrens and defend this mill. But it looks like Mochaccino doesn't want to push out. Mochaccino's just going to go greedy, put down a few extra farms. And here it comes. Here come the moles. Mochaccino hasn't seen it. And these moles come out quickly. Okay, and this guy, is he going to move straight out? He is. He's got a pretty sizable army lead. Don't think these chameleons will be enough. And Mochaccino's building lizards right now, but can he build them quickly enough? Alright, the chameleons get right in there. This guy made sure to keep the moles on the chameleon so that they could do some tanking and keep his squirrels safe. Mochaccino actually routing this guy's army. This guy killed the chameleons fast, but ends up getting routed after them. Actually doesn't loses slightly more, but he started from a higher point and he's behind on economy. Even though he got 1 farm destroyed, he's still behind on eco. Now he's putting down 3 farms, so he's going to catch up. That was a... I mean, this guy didn't lose any warrens on the counterattack. He survived, so I think he'll probably be fine to just keep ecoing up. I'm very surprised that he didn't lose anything. And here comes a boar. We got a tier 3 on the field. Mochaccino doesn't really have anything to deal with that, but he is building his own tier 3 all the way down here. In fact, did he put that first? Is that why? No, this guy didn't scout that. And they're about both half built. I think this guy's was put down slightly earlier. This guy didn't manage to scout that. Has not managed to scout the tier 3.
Mochaccino has, and he's sending his chameleons over there. If he gets... Oh, no, he's bringing them back. This guy needs to look out for the chameleon. Run by. Boar is being built. This guy sees the... Oh, he gets back just in time. He sees the wolf. He gets back just in time. Mochaccino's going to go for it, but he's not going to get it. And he loses 2 chameleons for nothing. That is a... That's a hefty price to pay. Now he can rebuild, and he is still ahead on eco, but that cost him whatever lead he has. He had. Now, Mochaccino has a lot of tier 1. This boar should be very effective against him. Even the chameleons, like, they're fine against boar, but after skunks, they're probably the least effective tier 2 against boar. I mean, arguably ferrets, but ferrets can actually, since they do so much DPS, and they can actually kite the boar semi-successfully, I think I might actually put ferrets ahead of boar, ahead of chameleons against boar. But real question is, can Mochaccino do this with the wolf buff tier 1? He looks like he wants to go for a base trade. He's built up this base, he's built up this base. He was trying to find an angle where he could run around. That is possibly one of the best ways to deal with boar, is to just go for a base race. If you don't think you can take it in a straight fight. And he doesn't have any falcons or snakes that would be good at that. He's doubling down on the lizards. He's going to lose a few as he tries to run through this water. I don't know how the DPS of the wolf against the health of the boar stacks up, but I gotta think this was a wrong call for Mochaccino. He drags all his army around here. He doesn't even get 1 mil for that. He loses all his tier 2, all his squirrels, most of his lizards, and his wolf. That was disastrous for Mochaccino. He just threw his army away. I gotta say, that must have been a miss micro, right? He must have accidentally clicked rally all when he meant to click rally unit. Because that was terrible. His army didn't even fire back. He was holding down the rally button. He must have mismicroed it. But this guy takes a win all the same. And now he's on to Araloo. This is... I mean, there are some really good players up against this guy. He's not going to have an easy time. Araloo like Mocha. Araloo, I mean, Mocha has one of the best shots at beating this guy. I think Araloo has an even better shot. Araloo arguably is even favoured since, I mean, last time these two met up in a major way was in the 21... Was it in the 21 Generals? I think it was in the Pyramid. Whatever that one. The 12 Guardians, I think it was. No, it was the 21 Generals. Both of these were mercenaries, and they met each other in one of the quarterfinals. And Araloo 3-0'd this guy. Araloo also plays a lot more actively on ranked. So I'd expect Araloo to be in better shape at the moment. He's running his pretty usual deck. Squirrel Mole, Falcon Skunk, Cam Mine. This guy running his this boar deck. And again, going for the early rush. He didn't... It's not what I expected from him. But he's coming out with it, and he's looking to get some work done. Araloo's already put down a Mole Warren though, and already had the 2 Squirrel Warrens up. Araloo is trying to chase down these squirrels. I don't think he's going to quite make it. But Araloo was ahead on economy that entire time. And he's got an extra Warren. So this guy is looking a bit... precarious at the moment. But Araloo does retreat. He doesn't fancy the fight. So this could be a relatively tough base for this guy. The main point is whether he can secure this middle mill. If he can get this middle mill, he gets a campfire and he gets this mill. Pretty safely. I mean, Araloo can walk all the way around, but he has to go through so much water that he probably never will. Oh, this guy's slamming down moles, one of which Araloo can see. This guy is pretty good at dealing with mines using moles. So you'd like to see how this works out. But going back to the base quickly, Araloo also has 3 mills. So that might not matter, as this guy's coming in with a huge amount of moles. Slightly ahead on army. He has to tank the mine hit, which means his army gets a little weaker. He's actually going to go back and heal it off. But that gives Araloo more time to get his army up. Oh no, this guy's selling down on moles to put down a tier 3. This is a ballsy play. I don't know. Araloo's not going to scout it. And if Araloo's really scared of this guy pushing in, then he's probably just going to keep going for tier 1. He's probably not going to tech up. So this is actually going very well for this guy. Unless, now Araloo's the one moving in. Can he hold? This guy is well behind in army, but he does have the defender's advantage. But, oh, he might have got a bit too greedy there. He went for the tier 3 and he went for 2 farms. And now he's losing farms on his original base. There's still a lot of squirrels to deal with. The boar warren is built, but it needs to be paid for. Okay, he sells squirrels to get the boar paid for, but now he needs to actually survive long enough to get it out. He needs another 40 seconds. And Araloo's looking like he might just come straight back in. And he has a huge army advantage now, having destroyed several warrens. I'm pretty sure Araloo could just focus the mill and win that way. But he's not, and that might be his downfall. I don't know, this guy needs another 10 seconds, but then he needs another 10 for the ball to get over here. And the mill's going down. And the ball doesn't come out in time. Araloo takes 1 life off this guy. This guy down to 2 lives. I mean, the boar rush was good, but the 2 farms was too much. I think what he wanted to do was convince Araloo that he didn't have a tier 3. You know, he put money into economy to make it look like he was even an army and he was just trying to eco up. And if he gets away with it, as well as getting the tier 3 out, it's a, you know, double bonus. But Araloo was clearly counting the army, saw he had the opportunity to go in. Araloo is really good at sniffing out when is the right time to attack. I honestly don't know if there's anyone better than it. Araloo just has really good game sense. He knows when he can attack, when he has to when he can eco up, when he can go for tech. It's really hard to catch him by surprise. Okay. This is game 2 of Araloo versus this guy. Mocha died. Araloo got 1 life. Now we're going to see if we can get a second. I thought this guy was going to put some moles down there and go for the warrens, but he doesn't. He digs back. Okay. Map-wise, I wouldn't like this map because if you're this guy, you have to expand forwards. And you have to keep on expanding forward. There's no safe back base he can take. He has to take the risk of going forwards. And that's easy enough for the first mill, but when he's going for the third, that becomes tricky. I suppose this is his third, his safest option. I wouldn't like to be playing this map. It's not exactly peaches and cream for Aralue. He's got to expand forwards as well, and he's going to be on the low ground outside high ground. But he has got this. This mill is a lot safer for him to take. This guy has to come very far in. He should be able to manage. And Aralue has mines, which always help when you've got a... And having any defensive structure helps you with bad maps because you can kind of restructure the map a bit. Okay, but this guy going for the skunks, going for the moles. We could see a classic this guy skunk push. Aralue is getting out the cams and the falcons at the same time. He's also put a lot of moles down, with a lot of mines down, which this guy is trying to sweep up. Okay, here comes the gas. This guy has gone on record saying he thinks cams tend to beat his composition. So we'll see how that works, but he's microing his skunks very well. He does get one farm, and they trade one tier 2 apiece. Now, Aralue did get out his second tier 2. He's got the Falcon Warren down and one Falcon out. And most of this guy's army doesn't shoot up. So the Falcon could be useful. But I feel like that engagement went pretty well. They traded fairly evenly on army. But this guy managed to pick off a farm. Although Aralue is actually getting more farms out than this guy is. Not anymore. But Aralue was also already... I think Aralue already had one farm down. Okay. Both players not looking a little unsure as to whether or not they can move in. Ooh, this guy's selling his skunks, making a bold play here. And the moment he's particularly weak on army value, if Aralue was to move in now, he'd have an easy time. I think the skunk selling makes sense. Aralue doesn't have a lot of tier 1. He has mainly falcons and chameleons, neither of which the skunk is particularly good at dealing with. So maybe just raw squirrel mole can take this. We'll have to see. He's coming in. There's a lot of mole health to cut through. But these falcons on the back line doing so much damage. Is this guy going to surrender? This guy surrenders. Did this guy need to surrender there? He was losing army a lot. And he was one farm behind, but he killed a lot of tier 2. And his tier 1 builds a lot faster. I don't know. Alright, but either way, this guy's on his last life now. This guy is on one life. He's switching to Bellafeed. Maybe that'll give him the boost he needs. No change in either player's deck. I think Aralue is the toughest raider that this guy's got to deal with. So if he can get past him, he can... he's still got a chance to clear out the rest. He's going for moles. No, reconsiders. I think that's wise. The mole's so far away. Oh, no. He double bluffs. Sticks the mole down. Araloo didn't see that. But is Araloo going to know something's up? Will it matter? The mole's already out. Here comes mole number 2. It takes 2 moles to kill a farm. You can get this you can get some food out of this mill. This guy burrowing back again. Putting down a squirrel, 2 squirrel warrens. Now has the 3 moles. Araloo going for his own mole, which will be up shortly. And this guy sells the mole. Okay, this is interesting. Araloo hasn't scouted this guy's base. Doesn't know what's coming. Is this guy going to push out with these squirrels? He is. I think this guy scouted that mine. So he's going to be aware of it. And choose to either walk around it and let his reinforcements walk into it, or deal with it now. He ends up dying. He's got 2 squirrels left out here, very vulnerable. But I think if he wanted to attack, he's probably missed his opportunity. Oh, but he's taking a very far away mill, very aggressive mill. Can he hold on to this? He's got no defensive structures, and his commander goes down. Araloo coming in with a squirrel mole push. This is an all-in play for this guy. He's going for the tier 3 as well. I mean, Araloo now has as many squirrels and half a dozen moles on top of that. I'm not sure this guy can hold here. I'm pretty confident he can't. And he seems to share that sentiment as he's now running away. He saves 1 whole squirrel from that. And Araloo's being smart. He's not going for the mill. He's just walking straight in. Or is he not? No. He's retreating. Okay. Gonna go for some tier 2? No, going for extra moles. He doesn't have a tier 3 to go for. This guy has got the tier 3 warren built. He needs to sell to get the unit itself building. But that puts him in a very precarious position. This army graph is not telling a very flattering story. And this guy still isn't push. This guy is still distracting. He's acting like he's got chameleons. Now, can the boar clear up all of this? Even if it does come out. It's looking more and more like it's going to come out. It's past the halfway mark. Araloo's going to start getting his attack in. This guy, I like this from this guy, building this mill. So, he still won't die. But here comes the attack. And there's so many moles. And they have so much health. But here's the boar. The mill is up. And can this boar carry this guy over the finish line? He's got a lot of mines to walk past. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. There's not a lot of squirrels to support this boar. There's 4. This boar does take a while to kill stuff, but it got a lot of pre-fire down. Oh, but this boar's going. It's losing health. And it has no way to heal. The boar's dead. And this guy didn't use the boar bomb. And I think, is that going to be GG? The pigeons just weren't here on time. Maybe this guy can come in and pick off this farm. That does actually even up the economies significantly. I mean, well, they do something at least. Araloo's still on 5 farms with this campfire. He's got the base to use. And he's coming in with a much bigger army. This guy's going for a second boar, but I don't think it's going to come out in time. If only those pigeons were a bit sooner. If this guy had been a bit more patient and waited for the pigeons. I understand why he didn't want to be, though. It's difficult to be patient when your life is on the line and when you don't know what your opponent's building. Okay, this guy's in starvation mode. He's got to fight. He's got to protect this Boar Warren for another few seconds. But no, the Boar Warren goes down. And Aralue 3-0s this guy again. Oh. Aralue. Aralue is scary, man. Aralue is very scary. Alright. I don't know what it does in terms of the scores, but... man. The fact that Aralue can do that to someone like this guy is pretty terrifying. Now, we're going into Dino versus Haru. Let me get that one up so I can show you all the recipes. Okay, so Dino v Haru. Start with Civ 7. Which one's Civ 7? Okay, not that one. Oh, okay. Marmy versus Eel. Okay. Same thing. Marmy versus Eel. So, Parzival and Melvin, I'm pretty sure Jet Erickson did. Marmy versus Eel. So, Marmy's got 2 lives to get one of these recipes. He can get raw eel, win without completing a recipe. Master's mine stuffed eel, win after having built 3 mines before your 8th farm, never selling them. So that's a full 60 food on 7 farms. And unsullied eel, win without ever burrowing once. I've got to be honest, that 3-star recipe is looking pretty tempting. But eel isn't actually a pushover. He used to be 3 wins, but he's leveled up a bit. Or maybe I've leveled down. The terrible lizard run. Yeah, that was a terrible lizard run. I don't know what you were trying to do, Mochaccino. I assume that was a miss micro, but all the same, Marmy versus Eel. Let's see what Marmy can do. Okay, so Eel playing as a quartermaster with Squirrel, Lizard, Mole, Cam, Snake, Boar. And Marmu playing as Best Rat with Lizard, Mole, Falcon, Cam, Boar, Mine. Lizard, Mole. Interesting combo. But we're seeing more and more squirrelless decks in this meta, where lizards are, you know, good. So let's see if Marmu ever gets both of them out at the same time. Both players going for Boar, which is interesting. Both players having a counter, Eel with the snakes and Marmu with the falcons. Eel going for a quick mold. Okay. So Marmu hasn't built the 3 mines before his 8th farm, but I don't think he's burrowed. He could just win and he gets the safe 1 star. But he's going for the triple. 3 stars to never burrow. That's I mean, depending on the type of game you're in, that could be really easy, that could be really difficult. If Eel ever tries to force a base race, or does something while Marmu is like scouting out in this corner or something, looking for a tier 3, then Marmu could be in serious trouble. But he's built all 8 for his farm, so he's not getting the 2-star recipe either way. Well, Marmu didn't know that at the time. Okay, So I don't know if Eel scouted these mines. I'm assuming he did. But lizards aren't the ones who can really make the most of mines. They don't have the range. Maybe Marmy's just going to try and take a really forward position. Take this mill here. Because that's not really too far away from his main base. It's pretty close to Eels, but he could take an aggressive expansion here and then shut Marmo out of this mill completely. Force Eel into 2 bases. Instead he's doing this one, which kind of does something similar. Okay, Marmo coming in to clear up a few squirrels that set off the mines. I mean, taking this base forces Eel to not take this one. It doesn't quite force him to not take this one, but it certainly makes it difficult for him. Okay, Eel coming in with the chameleons. Marmo has chameleons of his own. Oh, Eel's going to get a farm here. And he's going to get more farms. Oh, this is exactly the type of situation where you would want to be able to burrow. Okay, but Eel doesn't focus that farm down and only gets 2. He's trying to hunt down this last chameleon, but he's not gonna get it. Still though, that's 60 food. Oh, walk over the mine, and that chameleon dies. After all that, the chameleon dies after all. Okay. Oh, Marmo's commander's gonna die here if he's not careful, and it does. He's not careful. It does die, and that's gonna be. Well, his army isn't doing too badly. He loses his chameleon, but he picks up one of Eel's, and he does get a farm, which sort of evens the economies up. But in terms of army, Eel is ahead right now. And Eel is taking this fight while Marmo has no lizards, and that chameleon gets away at 1 health. It'll be able to heal up so quickly. So that's huge value for Eel. It's looking. Oh, you knew what your recipes were, Eel. Okay, so you can. So Eel is abusing, trying to force Marmo to burrow. Marmo just coming in, going for the base race, and he's probably going to get it. Eel doesn't have time to build up another base. Okay, that happened. That came out of nowhere. I was going to mention earlier that Marmo really likes going for base races. It's something he does quite a lot. But, you know, I put it out of my head, talked about the game in front of me, and he ends up winning with a base race. Oh, and we're going to do a live match. Mocha versus Melvin. Ah. But apparently, I need to restart Steam. Because Steam is pretty convinced that I'm offline. So, bear with me a second. But that's 3 stars for Marmo. It's pretty good. Mocha versus Melvin for the Common Folk playoff. Now, I'll be honest, I'm not 100% clear on what that means, but it's almost definitely good. I think this is a tiebreaker for Mocha and Melvin have both got the same amount of food from the Common Folk raid, right? Someone explain the logic to me.
They are ready to go. Araloo won 2 finalist spots. Okay, so they're playing. Araloo won the KSR spot by killing me, and he won the common folk spot by getting the most meat. What's wrong with my mic? Hang on, do it.
Just replugged it. Don't know what's happening there. Okay, there are 5 players from the KSR and CF challenges who can claim the finalist spot that's been freed up. Me, Legoman, Mishi, Melvin and Mocha are second for the KSR challenge. Okay, so there's going to be more than one playoff? I don't know. I'm not quite sure what's on the line at the moment. But it's best of 3 where they're playing. Melvin and Mocha are second from the Quartermaster Challenge. So Melvin and Mocha are playing for the Common Folk spot. Does Araloo get to choose which one he uses? Does he get to choose whether he's KSR or Common Folk? Or does he get one of both? The winner of this match will have only one more match to win to reach the finals. Okay, so this is a semi-final type of thing. He does not get to choose. Alright. Wait, look, you explain in chat that he gets 5 more euros. You explain anything that needs to explain in chat. I'll deal with the game as it is. We got Mochaccino with Squirrel, Falcon, Skunk, Snake, Mine, Balloon against Melvin running Squirrel, Toad, Falcon, Cam, Wolf, Fox. And neither of them running Hopper, despite the fact that they are playing for the Common Folk. But I guess that makes sense. They have to earn the right to play in red. They have to earn those colours. That's why they're playing each other. Okay, so I'm liking the Wolf Fox from Melvin. That's always interesting. And it could do well against Mochaccino with his heavy tier 2 build. Unfortunately for Melvin, Mochaccino's got Mines and Balloons, which are both excellent Fox counters. The Snakes are pretty decent, and when worst comes to worst, you can always just mass Squirrel against them. But it's the defensive structures that are really going to prove a problem for Melvin. Melvin has a busy schedule in the next few days. Alright. Fair enough. Okay, so where are we at the moment? Mochaccino's expanding. He's got a couple of mines set up, and he's got some skunks with a lot of squirrels. Melvin going for 4 falcons, and now for 9 toads. I guess toads are his anti-tier 1. Skunks are pretty good at dealing with toads. Skunks are probably the best unit in the game for killing toads. I mean, arguably even better than falcons, because toads can't hit falcons, but they can just ignore them and go to the other stuff. So falcons will do a worse job at stopping toads from blowing up on, you know, Mochaccino's tier 1, for example. The skunks are going to be pretty good at stopping it. But still, this is a very short rush distance, There's no Kriegas coming down. Mochaccino's coming in. And, oh, those are some big toad hits. The Skunks going down very quickly. Melvin not focusing the Skunks with his Falcons, focusing the Squirrels because he knows that the Skunks can't shoot up. He finally kills all of Mochaccino's army, but then a fresh wave of Squirrels come out and start shooting the Falcons, and Melvin has to retreat, but he got a lot of value there. They traded armies, Melvin still ended up in top, and he got, what, 3, 4, 5 Warrens? It's quite significant. Okay, Melvin committing to this one base all in. If he can take out the second base, he might end up working. Or is he going to take this base? He is actually going to expand. He's not taking this base in front of him. He's going for this one around the corner, which is harder for Mock to get to, but hard for Melvin to get to as well. Melvin, Mochaccino has snakes now, which is going to make it easier for him to deal with the Falcons. He's got some tier 2 that can shoot up. And he is farms ahead, although Melvin is quickly going to overtake with this whole 4 farms. He's just slammed down. So if neither player wants to move in, and given how close the army value is, it makes sense that neither one does. This could, this game could be about to reset. Alright, Mochaccino going up to 8 farms. Melvin slightly behind with only 6. But Melvin going for Chameleons instead. We have hit a bit of a reset point. But Mochaccino is coming out a bit further ahead in army, and now he might feel like he's willing to go in. He's ahead in army already. He will be ahead in economy when this is all over. The snake goes down very quickly because it was right in front. Melvin again focusing down all the anti-air units. And there's nothing left to shoot down his Falcons. Melvin needs to maybe consider selling the Toads. Toads tend to be very expensive as far as tier 1 goes. In low eco games like this, they can end up just bleeding you dry. Although maybe this doesn't count as a low eco game anymore because both players have got it back up to 8 farms. Melvin didn't lose many Warrens there, but he did have to sell quite a few. But he did win the fight. Or did he? He ended up actually lower on army value. Which suggests to me that Mochaccino was like able to rebuild very quickly back here, whereas Melvin was supply blocked. But Mochaccino has sold his snakes. He's only got 4 tier 2 now at max, whereas Melvin has 6 He does have significantly fewer tier 1 though. Army is looking even-ish. Okay, here we go. Mokujina trying to move in, but being deterred by the chameleons. I think that's the first time Mochaccino's seen the chameleons, actually. They may have caught him by surprise. The chameleons are actually really good against a lot of Mochaccino's army at the moment. They're good against the squirrels and good against the skunk. He's trying to retech into snakes and going into falcons. Selling down on one of the skunks makes sense. Are we going to see a tier 3 come out? We are. No, we're not. Melvin's floating a lot of food here. Is he just going to hide it back here? Okay, he puts down a wolf. Now, we got to start looking at third bases here. Mochaccino has this nice safe third to go to. For Melvin, it's a bit harder. Like, this base is... It's not quite within range of this high ground, but it's still a lot closer than you'd like it to be. And all of these mines right outside it means Mochaccino can probably come down and poke from it. Come down, poke with his snakes with, you know, a decent amount of impunity. I mean, these mines are huge, and it's going to take Melvin a long time to clear them, if he even knows about them. If Melvin doesn't know about these mines and he just walks into them, he could straight up lose a game, because he'd be setting off 4 or 5 at the same time. Okay, so Mokka going for 3 farms on his base. Now, of course, Melvin has this tier 3 nearly built, over halfway, and Mokka hasn't scouted it, and Mokka might not think a tier 3 is coming. It's hard to know, but he might think that Melvin's just fallen behind in economy and army because he's been losing the engagements. After 10 minutes into the game, it can get quite hard to count all the economy. You know, keep a decent track of it. But either way, Mochaccino's looking in a pretty solid position now. With these mines, and these 2 balloons, more mines up here. Oh, but they're getting cleared out. Is this the way Mochaccino wants to come? Melvin wants to come in. He's coming in and picking off these farms. He might pick off the entire mill. He does. Now, can he escape with his chameleons? He can. One of them did get poisoned, but it's not getting damaged, so it should have enough to survive. That was pretty significant, because now that evens up the economy. And Melvin going for a fox. In fact, I say that evens up the economy, but it probably puts Melvin in front, given that he's got the wolf to buff his farms with. This is still a scary army to move into, though. Mochaccino is forced to sell the balloons, but there's still all these mines up. But Mochaccino is behind an army. This is only game 1. Now, Mochaccino has been unable to scout this falcon. I don't think I've changed anything. I just found out I've got to play the winner of whoever wins this. Which is looking like it could be Melvin. Melvin only needs to win one more game. It's the best out of 3. I'm playing the loser? Okay, I'm playing the loser, not the winner. So... So is my mic actually somewhat alright now? Because I have no idea what's going... Like, I not only have no idea why it's happening, I don't even know what's happening, because everything sounds normal to me. But here we go. Squirrel, Toad, Mole, Falcon, Cam, Wolf against Squirrel, Toad, Falcon, Cam, Wolf, Fox. Okay, so Melvin going with the same deck, Mochaccino mixing it up. Think maybe hearing my advice that Toads are the best answer to Wolf buff Cams. Get that huge burst damage. Don't give them time to, you know, to do their whackety whack. But also cutting the snakes, cutting the mines, cutting the balloons, going for his own tier 3 and slamming down a Mole Warren that Melvin hasn't scouted. Might suspect, given the 7 farms. Okay, is this Mole going to get something? It forces a sell, but that's as much as it's going to get. It can... Melvin... Oh, I was going to say Mochaccino could bring it back here and heal it in the water. But he's not going to. He's just going to return home. Okay, I'll have to watch them after the match, though. Okay. Okay. That was... I heard it. Didn't really, I thought, okay, I'll set this up in a new tab and then instantly mute it. Didn't really have time to get to the muting stage. But yeah, that is not great. Okay. Okay, so we got the tier 3 coming out, Wolf from both players. Oh, Lucas, you're here. I can't even see that you're here because chat is taken up by millions of people saying hello, Lucas. But, it's your birthday today, Lucas, isn't it? I think so. Happy birthday. Alright. So where are we at here? A couple of farms for Mochaccino, but Melvin catching up there. Scouting, I believe both players have managed to get the scout off. They have. So, almost identical so far. Chameleons, wolves and falcons coming out. No, no, no. Alright. So what's gonna go on here? Both players buffing up their farms. Melvin Fro buffing up his original farms and Mochaccino buffing up his expansion farms. It's an interesting decision, but I don't think it actually matters. I mean, this makes these farms fallow faster, so it means these farms will last longer. So I guess it gives Melvin the advantage in terms of starvation timer. Very slightly. Anyway. Oh boy. Melvin somehow has fallen massively behind our army. And Mochaccino's coming in. But he's now getting hit on the side. Oh, but Melvin didn't have his army being buffed. Oh, but he caught out Mochaccino's wolf. And that's it. Melvin takes it 2-0. And now I'll have to play Mochaccino. Which, I'll be honest, I was hoping I'd get to play Melvin. I mean, I have a much better win rate against Melvin. Can I consider playing Mocha right now? How drunk am I? Sure. Fuck it. You can't. There's not enough past characters. Alright. Also, gonna go to the toilet real quick. See you in a second. Okay. Let's do this. Now, of course, Mochaccino's got the advantage of being warmed up, whereas I am not. So, odds are not in my favour. But we've also caught him on a bit of a losing streak, so that puts it in my favour, whereas I'm coming in fresh. Of course, I am also slightly drunk, which puts the odds in his favour, but then again, I am slightly drunk, which put the odds in my favour. So really, this is anyone's game. Yeah, I'm only on my 4th beer at the moment. Haven't even opened the vodka yet. Yeah, Lucas, basically it's all your fault for losing to Aralu. Although I suppose it's also my fault for losing to Aralu. Me losing to Aralu gave him the KSR spot, and you losing to Aralu gave him the Common Folk spot. So now we're having to play to find out who gets one of the spots. Yeah, I got alcohol. Like, once I saw you were drinking champagne on Jetstream, I thought, might as well go out and buy some. It's no fun to be the only drunk guy playing. No. No. Okay, knowing Mochaccino, he's going to go up to 3 farms on that, because that's what he's done in literally every game we've casted. So we should also do that. He's probably not going to push this way. Let's get set up there. And then we're good. Hey, look, 3 farms. And then a 4th one, but still 3 farms. Damn, he saw. If you manage to get your chameleon warrant rebuilt, and even if you don't get the chameleons paid for, they can't tell that you don't have them. It's great. It's like you can disguise the sell and rebuy and get a huge amount of extra food. Oh shit, snakes. Guess that's motivation for me to rush me owl. Die. You are dead. Not a big surprise. Okay, he can see it from here. But we got it paid for. Building by the time he scouted. So that actually puts it in our favour, I think. That gives him a 40-second time limit to do stuff. Double owl? Hang on, but my owl's going to come out first. So, I don't care? Do I care? Should I care? I probably shouldn't be building these farms. I should probably build another owl one before I build farms, because if it doesn't go... The farms are only useful if it goes late, and if it goes late, then I need extra owls. Oh, look, a wolf. Also, I don't think he has a third. Now that ain't good. He's got his 2 hours out. That's also not good. How did he get out all 3 tier 3 before I got out 1? Someone explains the maths to me there. This is suddenly not looking so good. Remember about 2 minutes ago when this was looking really good? It's not looking like that anymore.
Future grown.
Sure, why not? I guess then he wolf buffed the hours out.
Some of your law is for Blonteja, Shinzo. Yes, Yoch, Fiordial Vons.
This is why I wanted to fight Melvin. I mean, I kept looking for a tier 3, I just couldn't see one.
Yes, Yoch, Fiordial Vons. Blink Such.
I don't think he can make that. I think this rush distance is too large.
Uginiat Nuxies. Lo, Tisemelios, ye. Hianavu.
Okay, we saw the badger. Now we go for an owl. Now he's going for snakes.
Штелу ингесен Йолоталien.
You think I'm an idiot? I think I'm going to go to the mill that's right next to me? Wolf, where is the wolf? I don't see a wolf, but that doesn't mean there isn't a wolf. I think he knows. Ah, fuck. Some people just don't like fun.
It's Pejnos.
You're gone, fish John Hero. Keep off, you're gone.
Well, my big brain plays seem to have been a bit too big brain for the game to handle. Again, he's only on 1 mil. He hasn't expanded. Oh shit, we need a skunk. Does he have a 3rd meal somewhere? Is he also starving? I really hope so. It's fine. We'll be fine. No. He's got those 2 pigs. Is it insane if I think we might be winning? Let's heal up.
Okay. Bahash.
Fucking mines. Okay. Come on. I'm so close, I can feel it. Yeah! Really not sure how we did that, but we did. I feel like I say that a lot of the time when I win. I'm not really sure how we did that, but we did. I need to save that and go back and watch that because I'm befuddled. Okay. So we've got multiple tier 3s each time. So let's go the reverse. Let's flip the script. Five tier 2. I mean, honestly, now that you say it, I kind of wish I had. Actually, no, I should have. Genuinely, I should have gone. I should have gone mass tier 2. Oh yeah, I've got moles. I should use them. Silly me. Oh, well that backfired. I thought well, maybe they can when they're not being shot at from 5 different angles. That went very badly. Not really a grand way to sugarcoat that. That was a disaster on par, if not exceeding, that of 9/11. But, you know, we'll recover. Yeah, it was this thing that happened. It was pretty niche, don't know if you know about it. You might not have heard. Didn't make much of a splash. This makes it look like we want to push in. This makes it look like we've got a second nail. Us burrowing makes it look like we've got a hidden mill, which we don't want it to look like, but we take what we can. Is there a way up here? No, that would be too easy. Snakes. Okay, we're starting to actually make this work. That's a bit cheeky. Now I've really got to go scout for tier 3. Because I am going... Oh, there's sort of a tier 3. Do we give a shit about an arty cannon? I think we actually like the arty cannon. We don't like the wolf, but... I mean, we got another mill here, so I think we're fine with him trying to turtle. But we've got to make it look like we're not. Good work, lizards. I mean, I'll take all of these. I'll take all of the snakes. Sure. Fucking wolf buff cams, man. Fucking OP as shit. So, can I get in here? Sorry, just excuse me for a second. Just gotta sell this. Okay, this is actually good for us. We look like we're losing. We don't look like we've got a hidden base. We look like we're just sort of barely holding on. And maybe we are, but I think this is good. Now, what I really don't want to see coming out is owls. If he has wolf owl, we can't out eco that, especially not after the losses we've already taken. You think I don't see you? I'm kind of annoyed that they took so much work to kill. I need more lizards. Fuck me, I've only got 6. What? When did that happen? By the way, I'm not looking at chat deliberately. I feel like that might be a bit unfair. Okay, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 bases max. No owls. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He scouted that finally, but it might be too late. Fuck it. You wanna go, bitch? That looks like a dead tier 3 to me. Okay, I'm having to come to terms with the idea that we might actually win, which I've got to admit I'm not really prepared for psychologically. But you know, let's not get ahead of myself. Still a lot of work to do. Maybe I think I can just push that. Fuck it, it's only one Arctic. That's a 380. We probably want to go before he has a chance to rebuild his wolf. So we probably wanted to move in, you know, a while ago. Just suicide, we've got him on the eco. As long as we're killing stuff, we're good. Well, maybe we don't have him on the eco. Archimedes thinks we're winning, and who am I to disagree?
Jest wioć wiodli albons. Kiewo.
Oh dear, we do not have him on the economy at all. We are going to have to move in pronto. I think we've lost. Maybe we didn't need to move in on that. That's his third wolf. I don't think we can deal with that.
You're gone, his jump healer. You fue el fiental sin. Shes wood is long, best loyal. Yo arreglo yo.
No, you still got that milk. Still got that. Lots of snakes. This is... We weren't prepared for that. We weren't in the right position. I think that's GG. Well, it was a good fight. We put up a good effort. Don't think I shamed myself there. How does What? How? Okay. Go save the last one as BP Mock. Well, GG Mock. That was actually, I mean, yeah, that was close. I'm a little annoyed. Still, it always sucks to have lost. But you know, I thought I had it. But is what it is. Yeah, you had 4. That's why I took one of them. We still got more Civ games to do. That was a long sneak email I had. I basically had it almost always. I had it at least half fallowed. But between the wolf and the extra mills, I couldn't out-eco you, I had to attack. And I thought that my attack... I thought it was working alright. But, you know, not alright enough. How long am I going to stream the stream? Until I'm done. We got Jacoby versus Rush, Rush versus Snetch, Dino versus Haru, and Mishi versus Dino. So... let's get back to work on that. Okay, so where are we now? Jacoby Rush. Okay, so Jacoby versus Rush. Rush's meat is unremarkable, don't bother winning without completing a recipe. Rush tacos, win in less than 8 minutes. Volunteered Rush. Win after having spent your first 60 food on a pigeon warren that you never sold. So that doesn't mean like your first 60 after 8 farms. That means when you're on 4 farms, your first 60 food has to go on a pigeon warren. And it looks like... oh, is that what Jacoby's going for? Well, he's queued up a farm. But that could just be a bluff. Although he's technically already spent the first 60 food on it. Okay, so he's not going for it. Maybe he's not understood. Because this doesn't look like the type of deck you'd win within the first 8 minutes. This doesn't look like a rush deck. It's pigeon, molds, mine, machine gun, balloon, arty. Against lizard, pigeon, falcon, cam, wolf, mine. Jacoby's deck is very interesting. Okay, well, he spent 60 food on a mole one, so he must not... so even if he's misunderstood about the 8 farm thing, he can't have misunderstood this badly. So... Jacoby must be going for the win in the first 8 minutes. Okay, he's coming around and he's going for the Warrens. Although these moles are just going to walk straight past. I gotta be honest, I don't know what Jacoby's doing right now. This doesn't seem conducive to either of the recipes. Without the yellow clue. Oh, does he not know the recipe? Oh, Jacoby doesn't have the recipe. Why do people do that? Why do they, like, request to go against someone they don't have the recipe for? What are the chances you just stumble onto it? Well, there's a chance that Jacoby could beat Pigeon in the first 8 minutes. But there's no chance he's going to spend his first 60 food on a Pigeon Warren. Well, did Jacoby not see any of the other weird clues that were like, oh, win without having any structures in your base by the end of the game, or win without scouting and stuff like that? I had one that was win having sacrificed like a certain amount of food to the cabins. Well, at least Jacoby's running an interesting deck. So this won't be a complete waste of everybody's time. Okay. Pigeon Rush, despite his name, tends to not be very aggressive and tends to be very greedy. Jacoby is staying on par. He's got his arty and defences built. He can probably sell the machine gun and the balloon now and start moving them up. Well, he's doing that for the machine gun at least. But, okay, so how is Jacoby going to win? Oh, this might work. But is this close enough? You could get this arty closer. Put it there by that box. See, by the water and by the box right there. That'd be as close as you could get it. That's closer, but it's still, I think, one tile short. No, because that tile, that's even actually, because that tile's taken up by the box. So he's moved it closer. Rush, can't see it. This should be able to reach. Should be able to reach the actual mill. The balloon can't shoot from here, but it can give vision. Balloons give so much vision. And now he just needs to hold here. Now, speaking from experience, Falcon Cam can destroy defense-based builds. So Jacoby's might be in for some trouble here. Oh, I don't think this arty can reach the mill itself. No, it can. They just had to kill all the 3 pigs first. Now, you need more than 4 of each. You need to get into double figures of falcons and chameleons, but they can actually burst their way through a crazy amount of defences. But right there, Jacoby just took a great trade. And is now using that opportunity to move up his front line. And now he can start putting down artillery and balloons. Sell all this. Jacoby's just going to be spoilt for food. But he won't have too much to spend it on. I mean, we could just see him go for like 100 moles. Because this arty he can sell, this balloon he can sell, all of this he can sell. These he can sell now that the mill's destroyed. So he could get up to, I mean, how much is that? It's 240 there. That's 240, 360. Add another 180 is 400. No, add another 360 because you can add that 600, 720. Then you've got the other 180 to go up to 900, 1020, toss in the mine, 1040. But Jacoby just surrenders. Had we passed the 8-minute mark? We hadn't. I don't know what Jacoby was thinking then. I've got to be honest. That's puzzling. I mean, I guess... But he didn't know that recipe anyway, so why did it matter? And he's going for the same deck. This is a deck he's picked. This isn't a random. This is a deck he's chosen, despite not knowing the recipe. I gotta be honest. I can't see Jacoby's angle here. I really don't know what he's trying to go for. Yeah, as someone giving Jacoby a fake recipe, that would actually explain a lot. And it'd be hilarious. That would be, like, kudos to whoever thought of doing that. Because that is fucking genius. Jacoby's recipes are to win. I think he actually gets... He doesn't get... Yeah, he doesn't get anything for winning. He can either win in under 8 minutes for 1 star, or spend his first 60 food on a pigeon warren that he never sells for 3 stars. Now, he's already spent his first 60 food on this mole warren, so he's not getting that. So his only hope for a star now is to win in under 8 minutes. I mean, Jacoby was definitely winning in the last game. And he had 3 extra farms, so he could definitely... He could definitely have starved Pigeon Rush out. Like I was saying, he could just go for mass moles. I mean, I forget which game it was where this guy went for 66 moles and just rushed the bases. He could have done something like that. He had more than enough money to go for it. That's why I was calculating the food, and we got up to 140. 1,040 food. That's, I mean, divided by 60, that's 10. That's at least like around 15, 16, bit over. So he could have put down a huge amount of moles. But it looks like now he's just getting lizard rushed. And Jacoby gets nothing. Very confused why he surrendered in that first game. I mean, I don't think there's a rule against it. I don't think there's a rule against giving someone a bad recipe. So, I don't think it's counting as cheating. Besides, I think it's in the spirit of things. Like in a detective game, you've always got a few red herrings. Okay, I never changed screens there. So we got Rush versus Snetch now. Snetch's meat is unremarkable, so nothing for just winning. Spicy Snetch, win with a deck made of lizards, toads, moles, chameleon, snakes and owls. Lizard, toad, mole, chameleon, snake, owl. That's... I mean, that's not a terrible deck. Lizards, chameleons and owls. I mean, what more do you need? And Doomsday Steak Win after having destroyed a full health mill with nothing but toads. I'd love it if Rush could do that. Haven't seen that in ages. Now, I believe Snetch is the newest player at the moment in this tourney, and I think possibly in general. So, Rush, who I think is arguably the second newest, or at least the second weakest, has a good chance of winning here. But can he win with a recipe? Oh, squirrel, toad, pigeon, skunk, wolf, fox. So he's not going for the 2-star recipe. He's going for gold. He's going for destroying a full health mill with nothing but toads. Now, it doesn't say how many farms have to be on there, so all he needs is for Snetch to take a mill. But I'll be honest, I would probably take the lizards, toad, moles, chameleons, snake, owl deck anyway, because that's got toads in it, so you've still got your chance. Alright. So, I mean, if I was Pigeon Rush and I wanted to destroy a mill of toads, I think what I would do is try and take no other units that actually damaged buildings. Like, just go skunk, wolf, fox, and then a couple of defenses. Which, I mean, he's almost already done. He's only got the squirrels that hit buildings, so I guess great minds think alike. I guess what his deck was based on his name. How does that explain anything? That explains nothing. I guess that he was going to Pigeon Rush me, so I went Pigeon Mole all defenses and then surrendered 6.5 minutes in while I was winning. Like, that doesn't explain anything. Even if he tried to guess the conspiracy, he must have known that the recipe wasn't get 6.5 minutes in and then surrender. Okay, Snetch coming in with a lot of lizards, getting quite a lot of value. I mean, Pigeon Rush has the toads to scare them off, but that was 3 mills? 3 farms that Snetch just got for free? Nearly for free. I mean, it would be really good if you had a recipe that was something like take your enemy to starvation and then surrender. Surrender while your enemy is in starvation mode. That would have been a good recipe. Don't know how you'd do that. You'd have to like go fox and snipe all the farms. That would have to be worth like so many. That would have to be worth so many stars. I don't know why you try and guess a recipe. I mean, what are the chances you come up to it? And what are the chances it would be Pigeon Mole, Mine Turret, Balloon Arty? Like, what the fuck was what was his logic there? Anyway, no more attacks coming in. Pigeon Rush has got a lot of toads. He's got his skunks. He's basically all kitted out for anti-tier 1. One falcon could basically destroy Pigeon Rush's entire economy, given enough time. Snetch, however, is coming in with a lizard skunk cam build. Pretty solid. Toad still gets some decent hits though, but not decent enough. There's still some lizards here. Cams are still here. Now they're on the Warrens. One Warren goes down. This wolf is building though. Pigeon Rush put the wolf down before this fight started. And he's also very far ahead in economy. His greed is actually paying off. I mean, if you're gonna use toads a lot, then you kind of need to have a high economy. So this is... I think Pigeon Rush is playing this pretty well. I think both players are, honestly. Snetch is playing this normally, but he's playing it right. Okay, he's ecoing up now in response. I think that's, you know, good. I think he could afford... I think he probably should sell all his lizards, though. He knows that his opponent's running toads, and only toads. The lizards aren't really contributing much here. Although, there is a separate school that would say, keep a small amount of... Oh god, those toad hits. Those 3 chameleons just died instantly. There is a school of logic saying keep some lizards and run them into the toads, but Snetch didn't do that. Snetch kept the lizards and ran the chameleons into the toads. Now he is clearing up here when it's just the skunks. Well, more or less. He kills a skunk. And he supply blocked on his wolf. Pigeon Rush is down to, well, I mean, I say Pigeon Rush is down to just toads. That's what he wants to be on. There's no farms on this, so this is the mill he wants to go for. Snetch is still supply blocked on his wolf, and now is supply blocked on his cans as well. He needs to start selling some units. He's using his lizards, he's picking up the pigeons. I mean, the lizards will be fairly good against the skunks, but they can't really do anything against this much toad. Oh, but the skunks finally go down. And now, this wolf is not gonna... Oh, is it gonna get chased down? A lot of toads come in. They save it for now. Oh, the wolf's going down. That's a big blow. More toad connections. I mean, there's been good toad connections consistently throughout this entire match, but I guess that's taken for granted when you're running entirely toads and your opponent is running lizard chameleon. Although that chameleon just face tanked about 6 toads to the face. Obviously to the face, he face tanked, that's what it means. Snetch still supply blocked on this wolf. He even needs to sell some chameleons to get out the wolf, or sell the wolf to get out his chameleons. Doing it like this is just the worst of both worlds. And these pigeons for Pigeon Rush are actually being quite a nuisance. Just keeping these skunks alive. Pigeon Rush has sold his wolf. He's actually down on economy. He needs to maybe think about going for an extra mill. Because I don't know if he's got enough toads now to get to the main base. How many toads does it take? Anyone know? I think it's in double figures. Bit of a miss micro there. Pigeon Rush could have moved that skunk closer to the pigeons and kept it alive. Oh, Pigeon Rush is actually starving. Pigeon Rush needs to go back and probably sell his skunks. He sells 1 skunk. There's the second. He could also sell the pigeons then. Sell the pigeons. Pigeon Rush, sell the pigeons. He's got 2 toes just hanging out. They accomplish nothing. Pigeon Rush, sell the pigeons! That's 1. Okay, you need 20 seconds to build a mill, but then you need 60 food to put down a farm. Sell the pigeon, Warren! Sell it! No! Snetch still hasn't sold anything, but has finally had enough time to... actually, he may have sold some lizards. He's now on 8 chameleons. Pigeon Rush just gets a farm down in time, but it instantly goes back down. And Pigeon Rush is going to have to try this again. Learning when to sell one of these things is one of the kind of one of the trickier parts of this game, because I mean, I say easy to learn, but a lot of RTS games don't let you sell for full value, so it actually doesn't seem to come naturally to a lot of people, and it can, like, you can get so much done by selling. It's actually quite difficult to know when is the right time to sell. Games are won and lost on deciding what units to sell. Do you sell the tier 1 to get your tier 3 out and commit to that, or do you sell the tier 3 so that you can just get more army out now? Like that's the sort of thing that really sets people apart. But then there's a level above that where you start mind gaming people with it, about you know, putting stuff down deliberately so they see it, and then you sell that and take it into something completely different, which hopefully, like, is good against whatever their response was to the thing you let them see. It's complicated, but here we go again. Lizard, toad, mole, cam snake, owl. So Pigeon Rush is going for the safer bet here. Willing to take the 1 star. Is it 1 star or was it 2? It was 2 star. So Pigeon Rush just needs to win with his deck to get the 2 star. But he's still got the toads. There's still the option. There's still the chance of him getting the 3 star, destroy a full mill with toads. But Snetch going squirrel, mole, falcon, cam, boar, wire. That makes it very unlikely that the toads will do anything. Snetch has responded to last game well, and he has taken a very strong anti-toad build. Yeah, Pigeon Rush doesn't surrender. Even in situations like that where it's physically impossible for him to win, he doesn't surrender. Which, you know, 1 game in a million will work out for him when his opponent, like, has their router struck by lightning and they, you know, DC. Or when someone, like, surrenders to him as a joke. He is very proud. He prides himself on his pride. He's that sort of proud. Okay. So Pigeon Rush did something, but I can't remember what. It happened like a few seconds ago. But now he's coming in with lizards. Just killing the squirrels. He could actually get a farm here. 3 lizards enough. Just focus it down. He gets a farm. He needs to run. He doesn't run. He loses his lizards. But still, 6 lizards for the army and a farm. That's a trade worth taking. But now, oh, this is not worth it. I don't know what Pigeon Rush's plan was there. He was just standing there being shot and rallying his units forward. He could have at least moved out of their range, but he doesn't. Yeah, that's it. So I knew it was something to do with lizards. Okay, Snetch has the chameleons out now. And the barbed wire here is really good. He just puts a few bits of barbed wire across this entrance, then Pigeon Rush has no way to get in with lizards. And Snetch can just go... Like, Snetch can go 30 food on barbed wire here. Full 8 farms. Although, there is actually another way in. If Pigeon Rush was to go through this water here, he could come out here and then up here into the back of the Snetch's base. But Snetch could just put some barbed wire here as well. Snetch hasn't put any barbed wire down, he's just been going for chameleons, which, you know, is working out for him so far. Do the meat knows the recipes? No. Snetch doesn't know the recipe unless he traded clues or he happened to draw it. I don't know if you can even draw your own recipe. But that's really something you should have, people should have considered when they were trading clues. Is do you have the recipe for me? I wonder what the recipe for me was, because I don't think anyone... Did anyone even attack me in the Civilized challenge? I don't think I did. Did I? I can't even remember. I don't think so. Alright, Cam versus Cam. Oh, they are revealed. Where? Oh, recipes, hints and clues. Probably there. Tosh. Tosh's meat is unremarkable. Don't bother winning without completing a recipe. Big Rustic, 2 stars. Win while always having taken a campfire before an expand. More specifically, excluding your starting meal, you must never have more meals than you have campfires. Supreme Tosh Royale. Win with a deck that includes all 5 tier 3. Wonderful. Well, oh shit, a boar. There's a boar here, and there's 2 owls here, but the boar is out, the owls are not. Still, this is looking pretty good. I mean, Snetch could have probably walked in any time in the last minute. He's got a huge army advantage. He's not pushing in now. I'm not sure why. Has he scouted the owls? He scouted at least 1. So he should know that he's better to push in now rather than later. And he's got the units to do it. He's got a boar, which is good against... well, he's good against most of this. It's not good against the snakes, but... I mean, with the boar and the cams, I mean, the snakes can only do so much against that amount of HP. Both players, well, Pigeon Rush was, but then he got spent on an owl. Snetch is floating quite a bit of food. I'm sorry, Snetch, I'll pay more attention to your game. Pigeon Rush. Going up to 8 farms on his 3rd mill. Snetch is only up to 4. If this is how the map is going to be split, this kind of works in Snetch's favour. He's got this mill here that's easy for him to take. Pigeon Rush could expand out to here, but it's going to be difficult. Of course, you never really want to turtle up against owls. Owls are sort of the best anti-turtle unit in the game, even if you've got boar. I mean, even then, they got, without getting anything, they got a lot of they got a lot of barbed wire. Snetch is finally moving in, and he's got a huge army advantage still, but he can't really shoot up. He's only got he's got a dozen squirrels to do it though, and okay, I was gonna say it might be hard for him to shoot up, but he actually kills both owls, and then he destroys the mill. He's still got his boar on full health, and he's got 7 chameleons. I don't think this is gonna go well for Pigeon Rush. Don't worry, Pigeon Rush, it happens to the best of us. I didn't win either of my games against Delphius, and that annoyed me too. You would not believe how annoyed I was at that. Like, genuinely. It's a personal slight. Alright, here we go. Where are we at now? Dino versus Haru. I mean, good work to Snetch, and I respect the hustle from Pigeon Rush, even if it didn't end up working out. That toad recipe wasn't too easy to take, but he went for it. Okay, so we got Dino versus Haru, and I'm going to let you all look at this while I go for another bathroom break, because I've been drinking a lot. Okay. Oh, good night. Well, oh no, you're just going to eat. Well, see you, wild kid. These are the last matchups remaining. Yep, these are the last ones. Okay, so we got Dino versus Haru. So Dino needs to. He gets 1 star just for winning. He gets 2 stars for winning without ever stepping on a water tile. And I'm pretty sure that's going to be impossible on certain maps. And 3 stars for win without building anything other than lizards and barbed wire. Well, pigs, eco buildings are allowed, so pigs, camps, mills are allowed, but unit-wise, just lizards and barbed wire. Which, honestly, plays to Dino's strengths a little bit. I could see Dino doing that. But let's see if Dino can see Dino doing that. Haru, I haven't seen Haru play in ages. I'm looking forward to this. Okay, so Dino going with his lizard, toad, ferret, skunk, fox, wire deck. Right, he's got, like, this is basically Dino's standard deck. He doesn't need to change anything. And Haru going squirrel mole, falcon cam, wolf mine. There are 3 left after that. Are there? Where? I'm pretty sure those are all the games you sent me. Okay, so Dino, a lot of water here. I'm pretty sure he's already stepped in water, so he's not going to win the Dried Harrow achievement. But he can go Lizard Barbed Wire for now, and he'll be good. And even if that starts to fail, he can then tech into other units and still get the 1 star just for winning. Okay, so Dino coming in with a 5-farm double Lizard Rush. Is he going to get a pig here? Just. This is something Dino's really good at. He's good at, like, just knowing how much he can get away with his lizards. He, like, a lot of players, like, if you suicide onto a pig and the pig sort of stays alive at 1 health, but you lose all your lizards, then you basically lost the game there and then. But killing the pig is so huge, especially this early on in the game. And Dino's really good at knowing. He's really good at just suiciding lizards, which sounds like it should be easy, but it isn't. You need to know exactly how many lizards can do exactly how much. Kill the king's murderer. I was about to say that's me, but no, I killed the Tsarina. I guess it's the queen. He's definitely not the king, because it's a she. Dino at the moment, sticking with Lizard's Barbed Wire. Going for the, what's it called? Prickled Harrow? Skewerus. The Skewerus recipe. Why did I kill her? I mean, I was drunk. It was a bit dark. You know. Stuff happens. Oh shit, this is a lot of lizards Harry's gonna lose. I mean, to be honest, I'm kind of a royalist, so I was as surprised as anyone to find out that I had killed her. I guess it must have just happened while I was, you know, just blackout drunk, because I honestly don't remember doing it. I just sort of woke up one day and read the newspaper, Big Pimpintosh kills Tsarina, and that was how I found out. You know, you just have those crazy nights where you wake up with, like, a tiger, your face is tattooed, and you've got the corpse of a dead Tsarina in the boot of your car. You know, just one of those crazy nights. Do I have an anarchist alter ego? Presumably, somewhere in the multiverse, there's an anarchist version of me. Oh dear. These lizards doing a lot of work here. I think Dino's about to win. I think Dino's about to get Skewerus achievement. He's killing all of the Warrens. I'm not exactly sure how this happened, but he's just gone mass lizards and it's just fucking slaughtered Harry. Now, Harry's managed to build up a few moles to protect. I was too busy talking about my my assassination adventures that I didn't even see what was going on here. I'm gonna take a guess and say that Haru losing about 3 mole ones here for nothing didn't help. Aren't worthy to damage. So, Dino gets 3 stars against a good player. That's unfortunate. I mean, I'm not sad that Dino won, but I am sad that we don't get to see more Haru play. That's the first Haru game I've casted in a long time, and I gotta be honest, I was distracted for most of it. At least next patch. What? They're nerfing barbed wire? Why? Barbed wire's the best. I love barbed wire. Now. at least. I didn't used to. But I didn't used to because it was really weak. But I still actually kind of had a soft spot for it because it had that, you know, the low tier sort of appeal. It's like watching a Smash Bros. Melee game where someone runs Bowser, which, spoiler alert, I did. Bowser was my main in Super Smash Bros. Melee. Anyway, enough about that. Mishi versus Dino. So, Mishi can go for Raw Dino. He gets 1 star just for winning without completing a recipe. He gets 2 stars. Win with a deck that does not include squirrels. I think Mishi might have done that anyway, to be honest. And Dino a la Pedro. 3 stars. Win by only building squirrels, owls, or machine guns, and without attacking before your 8th pig is finished. So you can't do early rushes. Only build squirrels, owls, machine guns. I mean, Mishi does like his machine guns, and squirrels and owls are a pretty powerful combination. I think, as far as recipes go, that's a pretty easy set. Now, Dino's a tough player, but Mishi is not only a really good player, but he's specifically really good at doing like a bunch of weird shit. Like he challenges himself with his decks all the time. I remember the last time I watched him stream, which was ages ago, he took a deck that deliberately couldn't hit structures, and he managed to beat this guy with it. So that's pretty good. I mean, Mishi versus Dino is already a bit up in the air. I think Dino might be favoured. But Mishi, I don't think Mishi's going to be harmed by trying to play weird. Anyway, here we go. Squirrel, ferret, cam, owl, wolf, machine gun. Against Dino running lizard, toad, ferret, skunk, fox, machine gun. So Mishi has all the ingredients he needs for the 3-star recipe. Dino a la Pedro. Squirrels, owl, machine guns. What's the undead one? Win with a deck that does not include squirrels. So Mishi's failed that one. He can either get the 1 star or the 3 stars. Okay, now he's not allowed to attack before his 8th pig is finished, but he is allowed to defend. But he's chosen not to build any ones anyway. This is quite an easy base to defend though. Especially with 2 machine guns. After this, going for a Squirrel Warren. I'm wondering if Mishi might try and just rush an owl. Because this is a very easy base to defend, but it's a very hard base to expand out of. I mean, Dino's kind of got the same thing. The closest expansion for Dino, I mean, it would be this, but he'd have to go all the way around here to take it. For Mishi, he's looking at coming out here, which is very exposed and right into the middle of the map. This is a very weird map. Like, it's not fair, but it's equally not fair for both players. So I think that makes it fair. By the way, was anyone else insulted? Like, I don't know if this is anyone else, but when I read that Big Tosh's meat is of an unremarkable quality, don't bother winning without completing a recipe, I was slightly insulted. Is anyone else with unremarkable meat slightly insulted to find out that no one wants to cannibalize them? Because I think my meat should be good. Like, have you ever had, like, pork dipped in cider? Or something like that. Like, loads of recipes involve alcohol, and my meat is soaked in alcohol. I'm a walking, talking rum ham. Also, Mishi's going for 2 hours. But on the more important side, like, my meat tastes great. You know, I'd eat me. Anyway, Dino coming in with the ferrets and the lizards. Mishi has managed to build up his first owl. He's still stuck with the recipe, so he's on course for Dino alla Pedro. Child, do you not understand how, you know, jokes work? I know that it was randomly decided. But still, I was actually kind of... I think my meat tastes great. Anyway, here comes Mishi with his owl. He needs to make sure not to lose it, but mice tend to fucking evaporate lizards. The double skunks coming up from Dino would be a good counter, but he never actually manages to get them. The ferrets, however, aren't able to really do much. They were sitting at the back getting value that whole time. But I'm not sure how much they actually hit. This machine gun is getting huge value, just constantly putting out DPS, but not quickly enough. Now Dino's going to have to evacuate from this very forward mill he took. And that's a problem. I mean, I guess it's a very forward mill. It's also, like, the closest mill to him. So, Dino... I mean, what's Dino's plan from here? Go for a base race? But you can't really base race mice. They're just as fast as lizards and deal more damage. I mean, maybe if Dino's really going to struggle to get a base race going here. He needs to find a absolutely perfect angle and an absolutely perfect time. But there's no way he can take 2 hours, and I don't think he can ever build up an army that can take 2 hours. Oh, this is a massive miss micro for Mishi. Dino gets both owls for free. Well, not for free, it costs him 15 lizards. That's the exact opposite of free. But Mishi rallying over the cliff. His mice have to walk around. His owls just fly straight over, and Dino is suddenly back in the game. Now Mishi is already building another owl. He had enough money to do it. But I mean, that is an absolute godsend for Dino. And Mishi's actually able to now build 2 owls. I think he sold, he must have sold some squirrels. Dino needs to do something now. But he's not. He's sitting back and trying to rebuild. I don't think he's going to get that lucky again. But he hasn't attacked the squirrels. I don't know if he could. Now the owl is out. He might get it. He might get the owl again. He is. He's going to pick off the owl because it hasn't spawned any mice yet. And he's going to get the second owl. That's 4 owls Dino has got. And now he's going straight for the base. There's decent argument to say go for the Warrens. That way every trade you make is, you know, Mishi can't replace. And he can't sell. Dino is now starving. Can he get on this mill? I don't think he can. Mishi's too close. Dino needs to expand somewhere. Mishi building another owl, but it's going to take a while. I mean, Dino could just take this campfire. He does take this campfire. He's looking at coming in. No, this isn't going to work. You can't suicide onto that. He has to run back. He can sell. He's got a lot of machine guns that aren't actually accomplishing anything. He finally starts selling them. He needs more lizards, really. Maybe he could, since he's got the Warrens, maybe he could suicide onto the squirrels, kill them. The squirrels, Mishi's then down to no army. Then he can rebuild and go back in. Would that work? And has he has scouted the Owl Warren. Now, I know last time... Okay. Dino's coming in. He is... Oh, is he going to get the Owl Warren? He doesn't commit to it. Oh, that's a big... Dino doesn't commit to the Owl Warren. I think he definitely would have killed it if he had. But he sort of pulled his commander back and was thinking about it. And that's, I think, just lost him the game. Because now he has to sell all his lizards. He can't resupply them. And I'm pretty sure Mishi knows about this base. Yeah, he does. I did say Dino's main skill was suiciding lizards. And he fucked it up. Now, I think Mishi never built anything but squirrels, owls, and machine guns, so he's going to get the 3-star recipe here, assuming he wins, which is looking pretty likely. I don't think he's going to throw away a 5th owl. Man, if Dino had just committed to the game at Owl Warren, Mishi had no way to rebuild the squirrels. So Dino would have been fine. Like, Mishi was all in on that owl. But, alas. Dino fucked up. He fucked up at the thing he was best at, when it mattered the most. Alright. So now we've got 3 more Civ games to do. Okay, so we've got Melvin versus Cyanide. Don't get anything for winning without a recipe. Win a game where at some point you made Cyanide do a burrow dance. I don't know how the hell you're supposed to accomplish that. Mishi is currently the Civ leader. Okay. Eel. Okay. We'll come to Eel versus Chard and Sledge versus Marmy when it's their time, but I didn't do third. Suleimanese Trickster. Win after attempting a proxy mill. More specifically, you must not have had more than 7 pigs at the time. You must have constructed a second mill before building any warren. So you have to go for a 7-farm mill at the latest. Honestly, I think just the second mill would be fine. Because actually, this doesn't even really accomplish what a proxy mill is. Because a proxy mill is like, you know, close to your opponent. This doesn't actually say anything about that. About where it's located. It just says when. But, no, that's the wrong thing. Anyway, Melvin versus Cyanide. wait. Yeah, but you can take the proxy mill and then go up to 8 farms. That doesn't say you must always have only 7 pigs. Also, it says win after attempting a proxy mill. So you can try the proxy mill, lose it, and then still win the game. And you get the 3 stars. Anyway, cyanide. Mole ferret, cam badger, wolf barbed wire. Melvin squirrel, lizard, falcon, cat, skunk, cam boar. And this is 7 farms. 7 farm Warren. Must have constructed a second mill before building any Warren. I think he just screwed himself there because he built the Warrens before the mill was completed. Am I correct? But he started the mill before he started the Warrens. I need a referee's ruling on that. Yes, so that doesn't count. I don't think Melvin knows this doesn't count. I think because it's constructed past tense, you have to have finished. That would be my interpretation of it, but we've got gentlemen agreeing. Oh wait, no, let's be nice. He's still at 7 farms. I'll be nice. I take issue with that. If you were going to be nice, you should have been nice from the beginning. You can't say, no, he failed. Oh wait, no, he didn't, because I'm nice. But I suppose you are able to reconsider, so... It'll be controversial, but Gent is allowing the proxy mill to stand. He's allowing the 3-star to count. Okay. By the way, I don't know if cyanide had a recipe to do, but he's going 24 pieces of barbed wire straight into a wolf with Cam as his only Warren. I'm not sure why he's doing this, but he is. Okay, Melvin's come in and he's got 4 farms before this wolf is out. The wolf is now out, but it's only got pigs and 1 chameleon to buff. So, I don't think it's going to matter. I think Melvin's going to win with his debatably proxy mill. Well, he never bought the 7 farms. And he never went to 8 farms. No, he can't build more than 7 farms. Okay, I'm gonna say that's not what the recipe says. Alright? If that's what you meant, that's not what it says. You must not have had more than 7 pigs at the same time. That means you must not have had 8 pigs by the time you built the mill. You must have built the mill before your 8th pig. That does not mean you can never go up to 8 pigs. I mean, he's got the recipe anyway, but that sentence does not mean what you seem to think it means. Yeah, If you meant you must never at any point have 8 pigs at the same time, that's not what that sentence says. If you wanted to say that, then you need to take out the had. You must not have had means that it's in the past. If it's for all of the game, it needs to say you must not have more than 7 pigs at the same time. And even then, that would still not be clear, because that's just a condition for what counts as a proxy mill. So you could then take the proxy mill and then go up to 8 farms on the proxy mill, but that would be a failure by these standards, which, you know, isn't clear. But whatever, he got the recipe anyway. So, let's leave that for now. Well, he didn't understand the rules, but you didn't explain the rules correctly. Now, the one he misunderstood wasn't the same as the rule you misexplained, but I think 1 for 1, they probably cancel out, so let's give him the win. That would be my ruling on it, as a third party. So let's move on to Eel versus Child. Eel versus Child. Win without completing a recipe, you get Raw Child. Thoroughly cooked morsel. Win after 13 minutes, you get 3 stars. That's a lot harder than it sounds against a Child who is usually going to be dead by minute 4 or have won. The Child of the Devil. Win after sacrificing the equivalent of 21 food per minute it took to finish the game to the Kamen Gods. So 21 food. I hope you guys are all up to date on your 21 times table, because I gotta be honest, it's a little tricky, but it's basically one. It needs to be at least 2 tier 1 units per minute. Now, I genuinely wonder whether it's easier to get that in a long game or in a short game. Because in a long game, in a short time, you have like the fewest amount of minutes, so it's going to be the fewest amount of 21 times. But in a long game, you're going to have the most food, so you'll have the most extra to throw away. Okay, so Eel versus a Child. Squirrel, pigeon, skunk, snake, badger. Mine against squirrel, lizard, mole, falcon, cam, owl. Now, Eel could go for 2 recipes at the same time. He could go for the 4-star and the 3-star at the same time, if he's willing to sacrifice 13 times 21. That's 210. 273 food, I think it is. But 3 stars isn't enough. Okay. Now, I don't know what Eel is supposed to do if he spawns on a map without any cabins, but fortunately he does have cabins. Hopefully Child won't just destroy them. Eel couldn't have known he needed 4 stars at the time, but you should always aim for the stars, right? Aim for the... No, what is it? Shoot for the moon, you might at least hit the stars. Something like that. I think it's shoot for the moon, because even if you miss, you'll end up in the stars. But the point is, Eel should always be going for the highest scoring one. Okay, so it's been 2 minutes. That's 40 food. He needs 2 more food to be sacrificed. He sacrificed 40. He needs to sacrifice 42. He's 2 food short. I'm going to make a note of this. If I can find a pen. Oh, no, wait, there it goes. There was his third. So now he's at 60. But come minute 3, next 30 seconds, he's going to need to sacrifice 63. It's annoying that it's 21 because that means you've got to sacrifice a whole extra unit. And you don't start to, like, you don't get a free one until minute 20. And Childe has just destroyed the cabin. So Eel has got to walk all the way over here. Which means walking right past Childe. Okay, it's minute 3. He needs to sacrifice another 3 food. Okay, he's trying to just take the fight, but he's ill prepared for it. Walking through this tiny choke point has given Childe the excellence around. Childe has the better composition with the mole lizard backing up his squirrel army, and the mines that Eel placed have been completely ignored. Childe walked past them, walked over that one, and just didn't take any damage from it. Okay, so Childe's still going. He's on minute 4. He needs to have sacrificed 44 food to the cabin gods. And he's currently on... No, not minute 4. 84. And he's currently on 42. But he can't sacrifice food unless he's actually winning. And he's definitely not at this point. So Childe's going to win this one, and Eel is going to have to go to game 2. He needs to hope. He needs to get a spawn with a mill that's very close to him. That's what he's hoping for. He's hoping for a pocket campfire. Is he going to get one? Oh no, he's not! Oh no! There's one cabin on the map, and it's on Childe's side. Oh, Eel, it's not looking good. I mean, true, Childe is unlikely to go out of his way to destroy this. But how is Eel going to sacrifice food to it? Maybe what he should have done is taken moles. That way he could build moles here and run them in. Now, the problem with that is he'd have to be microing them at the time. Otherwise the mole would destroy the cabin. But it would avoid the problem that he ran into here. Of not having, having to go past his enemy to reach the mill. Cabins don't shoot mines. Yeah, no, they don't. They don't shoot any defensive structures. Childe's coming in with a 5-farm double lizard and not actually getting a pig. Childe's now got his squirrels out. He's probably going to hold this. And he kills the commander just, to rub salt in the wound. Childe has lost 4 lizards there for absolutely no value whatsoever, while being 2 farms behind. Okay, Eel is ahead in economy now and in army. Maybe he can find a way. Maybe he can leverage that lead to sacrifice the necessary 42 food to the great cabin Great Cabin God. I was going to say the Great Cabin in the Sky, but then I realised it was just sort of in the ground. Big flock of pigeons at the end of the game. That's not a terrible idea. He's going for it. He's taking his pigeons over. The child might attack this, but he's got no motivation to. Like, the pigeons aren't a threat. So that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 60 food. But he's coming up on minute 3, which means he's going to need a 4th to get over the 63 mark. But at the moment, he's good. If Child was to surrender right now, Eel would win with a 4-star recipe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Child needs to sacrifice an extra 21 food. Now, he was ahead. Even with that, he's still ahead in army, but Child is now catching up. Eel is trying to stall for time so he can get his cams out. Looks like this meal is going to be sacrificed to no god, to a random child. And, oh, Child is losing this fight pretty brutally. I mean, he's killing the pigeons, but the cam is just nice and fresh, raring and ready to go. And this is Eel's chance to sacrifice more food to the Cabin Gods. Micro your pigeons over! Oh, but now Child's expanding, and that's going to make things difficult. Eel might be better, like, trying to just run over here into this corner, click rally on his pigeons so they fly straight over, and then when they're in the corner, he runs over to the cabin and then clicks rally. So rather than going straight across like they do here and getting picked off by lizards like they do here, they go down and around in a big L shape. That's going to be safer, but more time consuming. Eel has sacrificed 60 food. He now needs to sacrifice 84 and is soon going to be 105. Which will be 6 pigeons, 6 tier 1. Now he's... Okay, he killed the commander. He's taking his pigeons out for a walk. He sent them. Are the lizards going to catch them? No, no, no. Oh, the cabin got one. No, the cabin goes down. No, that's... He's only on 80. He got 4, so he's on 84, but he needs 105. Oh, Eel. RNGesus did not look favourably upon you. He did not appreciate you worshipping the false cabin gods, and so he punished you. Now, Eel can still go for the win after 13 minutes to get 2, to get 3 stars, which honestly is not bad. It just probably is just... It's not going to be enough, but Eel didn't know that at the time, and if you were Eel in the moment, you probably think 3 stars. Let's go for it. He's already nearly halfway there. Feels bad. It really does. Man, I haven't drank vodka in so long. Yeah, gent, be nice. Let Eel have the win anyway. So now what? Now Chard, I guess, is just stalling. Oh, look. Chard is taking the campfire. Just, you know. He's not only destroyed the altar, but now he's taking a shit on the remains. Like... Such heathenism. Such blasphemy. It really does feel like Child knew what Eel's going for. Anyway, Child is... Eel's just going to stall this game out for the next few minutes. He's not going to attack. Oh! He doesn't even get the 3-star. Child surrenders before minute 10. Child, be real. Did you know what the recipes were? No, really. Oh god, that was the most alpha surrender. Oh no, the most alpha thing to do would be to instantly, would be like, as soon as the game starts, just surrender twice in a row. Your opponent gets nothing. They've only got 2 chances, and I don't think the rules actually forbid that, did they? So you could have fucked up anyone you wanted by just instantly surrendering. I mean, unless they had like a challenge to win within the first minute or something, but whatever. There's a rule against that. Is there? Where? Is it a rule you just made up, gent? Because you realised that it didn't already exist? Surrender earlier than what you normally would. Oh. Disappointing. Anyway, where were we? Snetch versus Marmu. Wait. No. I already had it on. I forgot to take it off. Okay, so Snetch versus Marmu. I believe Snetch, gentleman, was saying that was the last chance to beat Mishi into the finals. And I gotta be honest, if Snetch was to enter the tournament, win its first game, and go all the way to the end, I'd fucking love it. Snetch needs 4 stars. Okay, so win without completing a recipe, won't get it. Boiled Marmu, win after 3 toads or 1 boar exploded on water tiles. That's what he needs. Now that might be a bit tough to do, depending on the map, but it's not impossible. And the perfect porridge for 5 stars. Win with a deck that only includes a combination of moles, chameleon, owls, and defensive structures. I mean, the odds are stacked against Snatch. Marmu's been playing this game longer. He's got more XP. But if there was ever a time to raise your hands and lend someone your energy, it's right now, and it's Snatch. Come on, Snatch. We're all rooting for you. And if anyone isn't rooting for him, I will ban you from my chat. I swear to God. Insta-ban. Anyone rooting for Marmu gets insta-banned. Even Marmu. Yeah, you're Alright, here we go. Mole, Cam, Owl, defensive structures. Snatch is going all in. He's going for the 5-star. And that's what you like to see. He doesn't know that only 4 stars takes him through. He's going for the 5. He's going for the maximum. And he's up against Lizard, Mole, Falcon, Cam, Boar, and mine. Now, I mean, it's a good thing that he did go for the 5, because getting the 4-star on this map would be basically impossible. You've got water here, you've got a thin little puddle, and then you've got all this water behind Marmu's base. So, you know, it'd be pretty tough to get a blow up on those. But no, Snatch, he's been rewarded by Karma going for the 5. And Marmu going for a 9. Going for a 6-farm triple, 7-farm triple lizard. That's going to supply block him a lot. But Snatch doesn't actually have... Snatch is going for tier 2. That's fine, but you need to put down some defensive structures. Sell the moles, put down some turrets. Oh dear. Oh, this could go badly for Snatch. Here comes Marmu, and he gets a pig, and he ignores the mines completely because mines only have 0 range. You challenged me, Ziggy. You shouldn't have challenged me. Marmu's coming in. I'm just clearing up the lizards. Snatch finally has his chameleon out, but his chameleon one gets destroyed now. We've got to rebuild. Snatch has lost so many farms, but he's not surrendering. He's fighting to the end. I mean, Snatch does have the higher army value, so maybe it's not completely busted. Come on, Snatch. Come on. If you can get, like, 60 food together. Okay. The lizards come in. And Marmu doesn't trade well, but he trades well enough. Okay, Snatch, all you need to do, get 60 food together. Take this mill. Or this mill. Then, stand here where Marmu can't see you. Rally your chameleons. And when he goes on your base, you come out and you jump on that, and then you just fucking smash it down in a few seconds. Snetch is still in with a chance. And I'm not giving up on him. Come on, Snetch. You can do this. We believe in you. But the lizards don't give a shit as they just come in and suicide onto the base. Well, base race versus lizards is desperate, but chameleons are one of the units that I think could actually make it happen. They destroy a mill very quickly, and you can sneak them right close up so that you know, minimize the time deficit. Okay, here we go. Game 2. Snetch's last chance. By the way, does anyone know how to unmod Ziggy? Because I should probably do that at some point. How to unban Ziggy. I actually don't know how to do that. Ziggy would have known how to do that, but he's banned, so... Oh, Snetch, not going for the 5-star. Squirrel Toad, Falcon Cam, Boar, Mine. Against Lizard Mole, Falcon Cam, Boar, Mine. Okay, so Snetch going for the 4-star, but that's all he needs. He's got the Toads and he's got the Boar, so he's doubling down on it. No, I didn't set a timer on it, I just fucking banned him. Like, I have no idea how long he's banned for. One problem is the water. I think this is Snetch's best bet. There's not a lot of water. I was actually discussing this very recipe with Aralu. After I lost to him, we started discussing the challenges and the recipes. He told me that this is one he was thinking about, and we got into like how map dependent it is. I mean, the water here is almost completely cut off. The water here is completely cut off. So realistically, this here is Snetch's only chance. But he's already got the 3 toads. But, I mean, he's got the Warren to build the 3 toads. Now, all he needs to do is hold them in the water. Marmu doesn't have squirrels, so he can't like bait the toads. So the toads are probably going to get to explode. That's pretty good. But he just needs to manage to find a way to fight in this water. And then he needs to win, which is already a bit of an ask against Marmu. If he's really ahead, he could just leave his boar to die in the water, but he would A, need to get really ahead, and B, you know, he would need Marmu to actually kill the boar. Okay, Snetch has taken a meal. Might have taken it at the wrong time. If only there was water here. I mean, he gets he actually doesn't get that good mine hits. He only gets a few lizards from it. Did I say mine hits? I meant toad hits. I had mines on the brain because of this. I think Snetch needs to build more toads. Even if he wasn't going for the 4-star recipe, more toads is the way to go at the moment when your opponent has got all lizards. But instead he's going for farms, and honestly, I don't hate that. Okay, I also hate this. This isn't really how you mine sweep. The way you want to mine sweep is take a tanky unit like the Cam and poke in on one, pull back, heal. Poke in on one, pull back and heal. And that's the most, like, that's the most health efficient way to do it. It's not the most time efficient way to do it. So maybe, you know, he's more worried about time. But I also think that there's a strong possibility that he just doesn't know. Yeah, Mamu has actually mined up the puddle, which is annoying. Okay, Snetch could go for a boar now, though. He is. I gotta be honest, I don't hate Snetch's play from here. Sure, he's behind in economy, but I think going for the boar against this build is fair enough. Although Mamu has now gone for the boar as well, and he's actually pretty on tempo. He's only a bit behind because of his higher economy. He was able to get the boar out quickly. God, I really want Snetch to win this. I so badly want Snetch to win. Oh, watching from the car. Yeah, you shouldn't text while, you shouldn't message while driving, Snetch. Just you know, drive slightly faster, and get back home, and then text me there. You know, it's dangerous to message while driving, but it's not that dangerous to just speed. If you see the red lights, don't worry, you can ignore them. They're mainly just guidelines. Alright, Snetch is nearly there. But unfortunately Mamu isn't far behind. And Mamu's going to have more Falcons coming out. He's still ahead in economy as well. Snetch has not scouted the boar warren. He scouts it now as the boar comes up. Whoa. Oh, doubly bad. Mamu Snetch isn't here to micro his army. Triply bad. This isn't in the water! No! All his toads and boars blow up. Sell the boar warren! Sell the boar warren! Sell the boar warren! That's a shame. Now, do I need to leave a space? What was Mr. Ziggy's name? I don't remember. Hang on. I don't remember where the capitals were. I mean, I respect Snetch for staying in, but he's dead. He is deader than dead. Mr. Ziggy Jr., okay. Do I leave a space or not? I guess we'll find out. That's disappointing. It was entertaining. I don't think that worked. I think you don't leave a space, maybe. It's not particularly clear. Unrecognized command. I don't know if he's unbanned or not. I mean, when I put the space in, it just came up. When I didn't put the space in, it said unrecognized command. So I honestly don't know if he's banned. He might be unbanned and he might just be not here. Clicking the unban button, which replaces the ban button. Okay, but where do I find that button? No, because I didn't block him, I banned him. Yeah, but where's his name? How am I supposed to find his name? I can't scroll up far enough. And he's banned, so his name's been removed. Mr. Ziggy Jr. Hang on. There were no capitals apparently, according to the ban message. Okay, let's try this. I did it! Yay, it worked. Now, I don't know if he's here, but whatever. He's unbanned. It's a shame. Snatch. GG. Snatch. We all for you. So I guess that means Mishi wins the Civilized Challenge. Now, I think that's everything for the stream then. At least for the Tooth and Tail part of it. For the 21 clues. I am going to, I think, end the stream and then restart it. Because it's better for exporting to YouTube. Great job. Thank you. Well, thank you everyone who came and watched. Thank you everyone who participated. We had some good games. We had some really good games. Biggest disappointments though. Disappointed to see this guy lose. Disappointed to see Eel have his cabins destroyed. And disappointed to see Snetch not make it through to the end. But is what it is. Now, I'm going to keep drinking, and I'm going to do some Darkest Dungeon with this guy. Since it's his birthday and all, and that's what he wants to do. But I'm going to restart the stream to do that. So, you know, if you want to stay around for that and just hang out, by all means. If you don't, I don't blame you. Have a good night. Thanks for coming. And see you next time. But for now, I think I'm about to end the stream. And it will restart in a couple of minutes. So, I think I've said my piece several times over. Because I just keep repeating myself. But have a good night, everybody. And toodles.